probably issues on both sides. I think there was a little bit of aggression from the police officers, but also the people in Charlotte yesterday. I think there were a lot of young people out there, and maybe, I don't know, it could have been lack of leadership, who knows, but just the community not really coming together and organizing that protest. I think it were just individuals that came out and all decided, well, here's how I want to lash out my anger as an individual. And protests don't work like that if there's no cohesiveness. I think that the reason why Tulsa worked out, because like you said, there are diverse groups and organizations that came together and said, this is how we're going to do it. So leadership must have been the issue there.
You said that, you know, you've been to a number of these protests, and you said for the first time last night you felt scared.
Yeah, definitely. I think, again, from both sides. I wasn't sure what to expect from the riot police because I did see a number of peaceful protesters that were pepper sprayed or maced, a number of them that were arrested just from trying to keep the peace, you know, as the police officers would march forward as they wanted more of the blocks that we were standing on. They would just grab people, you know. So if I'm standing with my hands up in the air with two fingers up signifying peace, I wasn't sure if I would get grabbed by the police officers, but also on the protest side, because there was so much anger and frustration there, I didn't really know what to expect. So,
One thing that we do see in this video, and you posted a lot of it on Facebook, is that we see some people appearing to taunt you and to make fun of what you're doing. What were they saying? Why were they saying that? I mean, you've been doing this for some time. You've even gone to political rallies, Donald Trump rallies, doing this. What do you make of the people that were taunting you for this?
Again, I think they were young. I think they don't really understand the message of unity. They looked at the police officers, even the police officers that were there, as the enemy. And what I was trying to help them understand was that these individual police officers that are standing here are not the reason why the protest is even taking place. These men did not shoot anyone, and these kids felt that just based on the uniforms that they wear, that makes them all guilty by association. And what I was trying to explain to them is, you know, to generalize or categorize police officers that way, that would be like someone saying, well, this black man did this, so therefore every black man is now a criminal, every black man is guilty. And it's not right, you know, and some people may say, yeah, but that's their profession, they're supposed to protect and serve. But there's good cops and there's bad cops, and the majority of cops are good, you know. And so every time that we have one of these cases that pops up, we can't go and get upset at the other 90-something% of police officers that are really just trying to do their job and do it well, and we're really only hearing about these cases. That can't make them the enemy.